France, officially known as the French Republic, is a hexagon-shaped transcontinental country spanning a large area. It remains a great power in terms of economy, culture, military, and early history. Since the Paleolithic era, Celtic tribes known as the Gauls settled in Gaul, a region of Western Europe that now comprises present-day metropolitan France. In the 2nd and 1st centuries BC, Gaul was conquered by the Romans after the Gallic Wars led by Julius Caesar. Under Roman rule, Gaul was divided into 5 parts: Gallia Celtica, Gallia Belgica, Gallia Cisalpina, Gallia Narbonensis, and Gallia Aquitania, and was integrated into the Roman Empire. This integration created Gallo-Roman culture, laying the groundwork for the French language. In 260 AD, a short-lived Gallic empire was created by Roman commander Postumus, but was defeated by Emperor Aurelian in 274. By the 5th century, Gaul faced barbarian raids and migration by Germanic peoples like the Franks. The Franks established the Frankish Empire, which later became the Carolingian Empire. In 843, the Treaty of Verdun divided the empire into 3 kingdoms: West Francia, Middle Francia, and East Francia, with West Francia eventually becoming the Kingdom of France. Medieval and Renaissance France. By 987, the House of Capet ruled the Kingdom of France. Philip II Augustus was the first monarch to call himself King of France. By the end of his reign, France had become Europe's most powerful state. In 1328, the House of Valois succeeded to the throne, but soon after, the Hundred Years' War began due to disputes between the English Plantagenets and the French Valois. The war ended in 1453 with French victory, which boosted French nationalism and royal power. During the 16th century, the French Renaissance saw the standardization of the French language and wars with the Habsburgs. The Treaty of Cateau-Cambrésis in 1559 ended these Italian wars. Meanwhile, France established its first colonial empire across North America, the Caribbean, and India. Religion also played a major role as the French Wars of Religion broke out in 1562 between Catholics and Protestants, Huguenots, eventually concluding with Henry Ford's Edict of Nantes, which granted some freedom of religion. The Bourbon era and Revolution. Under Louis XIV, France became Europe's most dominant power. However, losses in the Seven Years' War led to the loss of New France to Britain and Spain. By the late 18th century, economic troubles and inequality sparked the French Revolution in 1789. The revolution overthrew the monarchy, declared the rights of man and of the citizen, and created the First French Republic in 1792. Napoleonic era. In 1799, Napoleon Bonaparte took control as first consul, eventually declaring himself emperor in 1804. Under Napoleon, France dominated much of Europe through the Napoleonic Wars, creating alliances across Europe. However, his defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 ended the First French Empire, followed by the Bourbon Restoration. 19th and 20th centuries. Following further instability, the 1848 Revolution ended the July Monarchy. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte became president of the Second Republic and then Emperor Napoleon III. After his defeat in the Franco-Prussian War in 1870, the Third Republic was established. In the late 19th century, France expanded its colonial empire across Africa and Asia. In World War I, 1914 to 1918, France fought alongside Britain, Russia, and later the US against Germany and its allies. After victory, France recovered Alsace and Lorraine under the Treaty of Versailles. In World War II, 1939 to 1945, France was occupied by Nazi Germany. French General Charles de Gaulle led the Free French forces from London. After the liberation of Paris in 1944, de Gaulle became leader of the provisional government. Post-war and modern France. In 1946, the Fourth Republic was established, followed by economic growth and decolonization after losing Indochina and Algeria. In 1958, de Gaulle introduced the Fifth Republic. Since then, many former colonies gained independence, while others became overseas departments. More recently, under President Emmanuel Macron, elected in 2017 and re-elected in 2022, France has remained a key member of the European Union, NATO, the UN Security Council, and the G7. France is now a nuclear power with the world's 7th largest economy and plays a prominent role on the global stage.